Hello and welcome back to Boni's Life. Today, we're diving deep into the crypto market, taking a look at what 2026 might have in store for us. We'll start with a quick look back at the roller coaster that was 2025, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of what to expect in the coming year. We'll also look at some key events on the crypto calendar and finish off with some technical and fundamental analysis to help you navigate the markets this weekend. So grab your coffee and let's get started. First, let's rewind to 2025. It was a year of extremes, to say the least. We saw Bitcoin surge to an incredible all-time high of around $126,000 in October, only to pull back to the $86,000 level by late November. Ethereum also had its moment in the sun, hitting a new peak of nearly $5,000 in August. But it ended the year down about 12%. It was a wild ride, and it set the stage for what's to come. But it wasn't just about price action. 2025 was a landmark year for crypto regulation, especially in the United States. The Trump administration set a positive tone early on, even establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Then, in July, we saw the Genius and Clarity Acts signed into law, which finally brought some much-needed regulatory clarity for stablecoins and digital assets. This was a huge step forward for the industry, and it's a big part of why we're seeing so much institutional interest. Speaking of institutional interest, we saw some major players make their move in 2025. Circle's IPO in June raised over $1 billion, and the launch of Solana ETFs in October brought in another $750 million. These are not small numbers, and they show that the big money is starting to take crypto seriously. This is a trend that I believe will only accelerate in 2026. Of course, it wasn't all good news. We had our fair share of drama, from the Trump and Melania meme coins tokens that fizzled out as quickly as they appeared, to the 251 million Libra rug pull in February. And we can't forget the hacks. 2025 was a brutal year for security, with an estimated 2.7 to 3.4 billion stolen. The Bybit exchange hack in February was the largest in history, a staggering $1.5 billion loss. These events are a stark reminder of the risks in this space and the need for robust security measures. On the technology front, we saw some exciting developments. Ethereum Spectra and Saka upgrades made the network more scalable and brought down those pesky gas fees. We also saw the rise of real-world assets, or RWAs, with over $100 billion in assets tokenized on-chain, and stablecoins continued their explosive growth, surpassing $180 billion in supply. These are the kinds of innovations that will continue to drive the industry forward. So, what does all of this mean for 2026? Well, the experts at Bitwise are predicting that Bitcoin will break its 4-year cycle and set new all-time highs. Some are even calling for a price of $250,000 or more. They also predict that Bitcoin's volatility will decrease, and its correlation with the stock market will fall. This is a sign of a maturing asset, and it's something that will make it more attractive to a wider range of investors. Institutional adoption is the name of the game in 2026. We're expecting to see ETFs purchase more than 100% of the new supply of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. We're also likely to see crypto equities outperform tech stocks, and even some Ivy League endowments start to dip their toes in the crypto waters. With over 100 new crypto-linked ETFs expected to launch in the US alone, the floodgates are well and truly opening. Regulation will continue to be a major theme in 2026. In the US, we'll see the implementation of the Genius and Clarity Acts, and we're expecting to see bipartisan market structure legislation finally become law. In Europe, the MiCA regulations will be fully implemented by July. All of this will bring more clarity and stability to the market, which is a good thing for everyone. On the tech side, Ethereum has a busy year ahead with its Glamsterdam and Hegota upgrades, which will further improve scalability. And with sharding on the horizon for late 2026 or early 2027, Ethereum is poised to compete with the likes of Solana in terms of transaction speed. Speaking of Solana, they have their own upgrades in the pipeline with FireDancer, and some analysts are even calling for a $900 price target in 2026. Now let's talk about this weekend. As I'm recording this, the Fear and Greed Index is at 19, which is in the extreme fear territory. Now for you contrarian investors out there, this could be a signal to start accumulating. But for everyone else, it's a time to be cautious. The RSI is neutral, and the long-short ratio is fairly balanced, so we could see a breakout in either direction. For Bitcoin, keep an eye on the $85,000 level as major support. If we break below that, things could get ugly. On the upside, we need to break through the $87,000 resistance level to get some momentum going. A break above $90,000 would be a very bullish signal. For Ethereum, the key levels to watch are $2,800 on the downside and $3,100 on the upside. A break above $3,200 could signal the start of a new leg up. Fundamentally, the big thing to remember this weekend is that liquidity is likely to be lower. This means we could see some exaggerated price movements, so be prepared for volatility. It's a retail-driven market on the weekends, so it's a good time to watch for those sentiment-driven moves. So to sum it all up, 2026 is shaping up to be a year of measured growth for the crypto market. We're seeing a lot of positive signs, from increased institutional adoption to clearer regulations. But as always, there are risks. The macroeconomic environment is still uncertain, and we could see some headwinds. But overall, I'm optimistic about the year ahead. It's going to be an exciting ride, and I'll be here to guide you through it every step of the way. That's all for today's episode of Boni's Life. I hope you found this analysis helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode. And as always, trade smart, and I'll see you next time.